Joining us now is Congressman Elijah Cummings of Maryland. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Martin.
Congressman, can you explain why anyone would oppose paycheck fairness so that women can get the same pay for the work as men do? Why would anyone oppose preschool education for all children? Why would anyone oppose refurbishing and rebuilding the 70,000 bridges and roads that desperately need repair? Why would anyone oppose any of that?
I can only conclude, Martin, that it's about politics. And I think the president set the tone when he said we had to put country above politics and we had to put country above party. I mean, a lot of what the president talked about last night was equal access to opportunity, opportunities to be successful, opportunity to see your children do better than what you did. And I just, for the life of me, I thought he set a very high tone. And I think the president was asking us to not just move to common ground, but to higher ground.
But Congressman, every developed country in the world believes that women should be paid the same as men. Why is this so difficult for Republicans to grasp? Every country in the world recognizes that school education for children benefits that nation for its entirety, for its future. Why is that so difficult for these people to understand?
For the life of me, Martin, it's almost impossible for me to understand it. And to be very frank with you, it really is upsetting to me because, you know, Martin, when I go and I visit schools in my district and I see the little children in, say, Head Start, and they're learning at 3 and 4 years old, and see how excited they are, and then, you know, I see those children later on in life, and now they're 14 and 15, doing well in school. That's what it's all about. And with regard to jobs, the president talked about minimum wage. And a number of reporters asked me, well, why would he be talking about minimum wage? It's simply because he cares. He wants to make sure that families are able to do for their children. Our children are the living messages we send to a future we will never see. The question is will we send them strong and send them into the future capable of making a living and doing for their families.
But, Congressman, the president made it clear he's not asking for bigger government, he's asking for smarter government.
That's exactly right.
Why then have so many Republicans responded by using the tired old lines from Mitt Romney's campaign that were so comprehensively rejected by the electorate? I mean, we had Marco Rubio in his rebuttal actually accusing the president of the exact opposite of the content of his speech last night.
It is amazing, and again, I wish our Republican friends would put their political hats to the side and keep in mind that we've been sent here to do a job. The American people want us to lift their lives up and not make life more difficult for them. There's so many people, Martin, who are struggling right now, and there are little things that the government can do to help them. They're not looking for a handout. They're just looking for a hand to get them through this storm. By the way, I was also glad to hear the president talk about getting our troops out of Afghanistan. I thought that was very, very significant. And what he said about the gun and gun violence really hit home with me. And I got to tell you, that was probably one of the most emotional moments last night, because here you had this president was basically saying, we can do better than this. We're a better nation than this.
And yet,
I just hope that our Republican friends will catch on.
We had something like 31 guests whose families had been the victims of gun violence, or indeed they themselves, all with Democrats, not a single Republican. Congressman, one of your colleagues, Bill Schuster, a Republican, has now had to apologize after telling a reporter the president was lying about one of the points in his speech. I mean, not just do they not grasp the challenge that's being placed before them, but then they make up stories about the president lying?
Well, I think I know Bill Schuster, and He admitted that he was wrong. He apologized, and I accept his apology.
Why would he say that?
The president does
But what's inside that man's mind that leads him to believe that the President of the United States of America, in his most public speech that it's possible to quantify, watched around the world, would choose to make up falsehoods?
Yeah, I don't know why he did it. He did apologize, but the fact is that let's go back to what the president was saying, and the fact that it is true. When I talk to execs, they want to see excellent transportation systems. They love to see high-speed rail. They love those kind of things because it allows them to have a better environment which to ship their products, and for convenience of the people that work for them. They look for those opportunities. And so I don't know why Bill Schuster said that, but the fact is that I wish they would really listen to the president and start to trust, give him the benefit of the doubt that he is trying to do every single thing in his power to lift up all Americans, no matter where they may live.
Final question.
And help them live the best lives that they can.
Absolutely. Final question to you, Congressman. Lindsey Graham was asked about Chuck Hagel's nomination today. Here's just a portion of what Senator Graham said. Listen to this.
And am I supposed to sit on the sidelines and be a good, compliant Republican and just let this administration not account for what I think is a national security breakdown of monumental proportions?
When do they finally give up with Benghazi? When does that happen, sir?
I don't know. Of course, Hillary Clinton came before the Senate and gave testimony. She was very clear, as best she could be. And, you know, the interesting thing is that we've never filibustered a DOD candidate. And, you know, the question becomes, when will we leave politics at the door? Why not give this president the kind of defense team that he needs? We want to make sure that we make a strong showing with regard to the entire world, and one of the key positions is defense. I got to tell you, I'm glad that Senator McCain said that he's not going to be a part of this filibuster. And one of the things we also have to keep in mind is that our secretary nominee is one who has, Hagel has been one who has 2 Purple Hearts. And I get tired of us pushing aside folks who go out there and give their blood, their sweat, and their tears and put their lives on the line. And next thing you know, we're blocking them from trying to serve their country. A lot of people say, told this president, we want you to be bipartisan. Well, here he is reaching out to the Republican Party saying, I want one of my key people in a key position to be a Republican. And then we hear this. It would set a dangerous precedent. And I'm asking my good friend, Lindsey Graham, to cease and desist. Let this go forward. If he wants to vote against him, let him vote against him. But we've got to have a defense for this country. Country first, politics second.
Congressman Elijah Cummings, brilliantly summed up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next, the Republican